Live from the worldwide headquarters of the John Brown Hemp Company and Markology, I'm Mark Brown, and this is the 7 Degrees of James Brown. Thank you, thank you. While you're at it, give a round of applause for my dad and his brother Jerry Brown, who donated their DNA. That was fun. Okay, so I'm going to do a overview of just basic DNA 101. Hopefully this video will be a little bit less than 7 minutes, 10 minutes, somewhere around there. So for human beings, I forgot to, I can take that off. There we go. So for human beings, there are 46 chromosomes, which makes 23 pair. All right, so we got a guy, we got a girl, and so when the guy and the girl create a baby, they will give half of their chromosomes. So the blue ones are ones you get from a father, yellow ones are one you get from a mom, and then there's the special, the 23rd pair here, that's your sex chromosome. And so here at the top, this is actually what a Y chromosome would look like for a man, and this would be the X for women, although I guess that should be blue. So there are 3 different types of DNA tests. I guess I can turn my presenter view back on. So there are 3 different types of DNA tests, and the first one, the most common one that people are aware of, is the autosomal DNA test. So this looks at specific areas on your DNA and specific chromosomes, and you will get these genes from your father and from your mother. So in this video that I've got, or in this picture that I've got here, you see the yellow and the blue, and there's multiple different types of people here. There's multiple places that they're located, and so you get bits and pieces of this. Now, another type of a test is an mtDNA test, and this tests the maternal line only. So this is only taken if you're a female, and this is only for the daughters of mothers of daughters of mothers of daughters of mothers, as far back as you can go. So an mtDNA test will only look at the female line straight back, as this yellow line shows here. So this is the path of a YDNA test, which is only taken by men, and it's for the son of a father of a son of a father of a son of a father, going all the way back. So if I use this example right now, the child here at the far left is going to be Jerry, my uncle, and his dad is Chalk, whose dad was Fred, whose dad was John Harvey, whose dad was John Jack, which is his great-great-grandfather. Goes to James P. Brown, that's his great-great-great-grandfather. And we don't know who James's dad is. That's what we want to know. That's why the YDNA test is so important. So what I've done here is I've drawn an example of you. And we're going to say that you have 100 genes, even though you have a lot more. And in this case, so you'll get roughly 50% from each parent. So in this example, you get your odd numbers from your dad. You get your even numbers from your mom. So any of the 100 genes you get, 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? All of the evens come from your mom. All the odds come from your dad. All right. So your dad, he gets half of his DNA. And so since he can, this is the odd line, so he gets 50%, so he can do 1 through 49, and the mom has contributed 51 through 99. And then this person's mom, only even numbers over here, so they do 2 through 50 and 52 through 100. So when the blue line, if you just want to follow blue, the odd, that is YDNA. You are literally all blue. If you want to find out the mother of the mother of the mother, it's all yellow. And then anything in between is autosomal. So around 2000, there was a gentleman by the name of Jim Braun that was interested in DNA. He had relatives that were from McMinnville, Warren County, Tennessee. You'll hear me talk about that place a lot. And so he used this new consumer DNA testing service to start trying to clarify where all these different Browns came from. And it has turned into quite an interesting project. There's several thousand people that have joined. And so based on the number of mutations that occur, it has kind of grouped people together. And so we are in the Braun YDNA project group 16. And in group 16, there's several different kits, but they belong to just a few different individuals. So there's James P. Braun, who I'm descended from. Fortville, from Vevey, from Shelbyville, Kentucky, from McMinnville, and then either the state of Franklin or North Carolina. But probably in Tennessee. I'll get into that later. Then there's a George Harris Braun, and his Harris Pickett Braun moved from the top of Georgia to the bottom of Georgia, actually to a place called Cordell, which is where my family used to stay when we would go see Grandma. We would always stay at this Comfort Inn in Cordell, Georgia. It was really nice. I liked it. There's a John Braun. This is from Joan. Joan Braun is a distant cousin. Well, her husband Dean is a distant cousin. And so John Braun moved from Tennessee to Illinois. And then there's a William Braun that moved from Georgia over to Alabama. And there was an Elijah Braun who just kind of shows up all of a sudden in Limestone County or Lauderdale County, Alabama. I don't remember which. But so we know that all of these gentlemen are related somewhat closely, but none of us have any idea who the parent is of these guys. And that's what the YDNA is for. It's to find out who the dad is. And then last thing is, there's 25 matches per page. This is really interesting stuff to figure out. This is from FTDNA, and this is Jerry, my uncle. This is his thing. And at 25 markers, Larry from Alabama and William Braun shows he's the closest. I talked to Jeremy. He's from Elijah Braun. That's Alabama, maybe to Mississippi. And then John Braun, who went to Illinois. There's Elijah Braun again. Russell Braun is actually Jerry's second cousin or second cousin once removed, I think. He's descended from James Braun as well, and James actually died a lot later than 1827. So you can look at this. This is 25 markers, but if you go to 37, now it's totally different. 37 markers is actually a more accurate test. And in this case, Dean is actually closer than Larry is. So I don't really understand all of this yet. George Harris and Harold Thomas Jones, that makes sense to me. These I'm still trying to figure out. So that's kind of an overview of DNA and where we're at. And thanks for listening and watching. And this is brought to you by the Get a Grip bath salts from the John Braun Hemp Company. These are salts that I made for when COVID started and it was kind of a bronchial thing. So there's eucalyptus and peppermint, and this is something that you put in your bath when you just kind of feel like bleh. And it's named after, I just like the name Get a Grip because it's interesting to know that there was a disease called La Grippe, which people used to die from. It was actually a lung flu, a bronchitis or pneumonia or something like that. So Henderson, the guy that you see there, that's John's older brother. He was born in 1812, right around the time of the earthquakes in the New Madrid fault system. And he had a great life, lived quite a long time. He died in 1897. He died of La Grippe. So this is kind of a way to memorialize him and thank him and help everybody get a grip. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.